In this video, we illustrate the repair and rehabilitation properties of the oXoCrete system. oXoCrete has the ability to repair concrete from within the concrete matrix. We take a look at two examples. One is from Long Beach, California, and the second one is from Toronto, Ontario. In this case, oXoCrete was applied to the ceiling of a covered parking structure. On the top side of the ceiling were leaking planters. Prior to the treatment with oXoCrete, the above parking concrete deck had exfoliation which penetrated the ceiling, resulting in debris dripping on expensive and luxurious cars of condo owners.
We are here at the Bridgeport development in Long Beach, California. It's April 29th, 2022 at 11:29 a.m. So we're in a testing area here of a garage ceiling that has been showing signs of contaminants in the concrete dripping down onto cars. Our testing at this project is to determine if oXoCrete can penetrate up into a ceiling or run uphill. This area that you're looking at is now 30 days since the application of oXoCrete, and we can see significant signs of exfoliation from the concrete substrate, including going down the wall there. We also see evidence that the product is moving laterally, as you can see on each sides of the sprayed area. We move along through the pillar here and beyond into the parking area of the garage, where we see exceptional amounts of exfoliation. This could be salts, contaminants, etc. that come down from above, where we have planters on the surface above this ceiling area that leak water and other contaminants from the planters that goes through the concrete, creating the problem that we have at this garage location. These contaminants flow down through the concrete, and with the application of oXoCrete, our goal is to stop the flow of contaminants and other things through the fissures and pores in the concrete, which will hopefully seal up the concrete and thereby solve the problem of the dripping on the expensive cars. So these views show all the way along back to the wall the amount of exfoliation in the concrete that results from the application of oXoCrete.
As you can see in this video, it is clear that the application of the oXoCrete system produced a significant amount of exfoliation, along with subsequent tests demonstrated a change to the concrete matrix. How can the oXoCrete system be used to forensically determine concrete problems in parking garages and in other scenarios? When applied to test areas, engineers on the project will be able to determine the extent of damage to the concrete substrate. In this next use case example, we applied oXoCrete to the ceiling of various rooms in this condo located in Toronto, Canada. While the Bridgeport project in Long Beach, California demonstrated oXoCrete's ability to diffuse vertically and laterally, another recent project at Eden Park in Toronto, Ontario yielded very compelling results. In this next use case example, the oXoCrete system was applied to a number of areas in this condominium complex. These included the garbage room.
This is the oxo enhancer we're putting on, and we want this to be pulled in by the PBR1 and start in there.
The pool room. And the parking area ceilings. An engineer contacted oXoH2O Solutions to evaluate a parking garage in the Eden Park condominium. It had a leaky pipe within the ceiling. The oXoCrete system was implemented on this ceiling. Here are the results. Let's take a close look at this picture with the leaking pipe. The white exfoliation salts from within the concrete illustrates the damage to the concrete matrix. Initially, the problem appears to be widespread. However, the second picture shows the damage was localized to two particular trails. A close look at the trails shows the cracks where the leaks have run into, likely causing further damage to the concrete matrix. The engineer, believing that the damage was contained to the expansion traction joints, requested the paint in a designated test area of the ceiling be removed. This is in compliance with the oXoCrete system. oXoCrete is to be applied to clean, raw concrete. oXoCrete was then applied to the bare concrete area, but not beyond the expansion joints as seen in this slide. This next slide shows a picture taken a week after the treatment. You can see that the oXoCrete products migrated beyond the expansion joint, beyond the application area, resulting in exfoliating paint. Note, the tape measure shows the diffusion of oXoCrete traveled within 14 inches of the expansion joint. The diffusion traveled both vertically and laterally. Now, let's take a look at the earlier slide. This picture was taken about a week after the previous picture. The exfoliation now has migrated well beyond 20 inches. This illustrated that the water damage was well beyond the forecast of the engineer. We expected to see the treatment plan would be required for a larger area, albeit diminishing, was beyond what our treatment plan had called for. This visualization perfectly illustrated the degree of the exfoliation in determining the area for required application of oXoCrete. Innovative property managers are using this test strategy to forensically determine, in part, the scale and scope of repairs to concrete slabs. One property manager we spoke to estimated he could possibly save from $425,000 to $750,000 using the oXoCrete system. All of which does not include indirect savings realized when considering environment damage prevention, loss of use and access of the property, concrete dust abatement, cost of garbage bins, noise and disruptions of jackhammers, or the cost of having to use heavy equipment by using the oXoCrete system. oXoCrete, yesterday's concrete for tomorrow.